Welcome to the Getting More Dream Clients Masterclass. I am so excited that you're here. I'm going to guess if you are here, you would like some more dream clients. Yes? Can I get a yes? Like, yes, please, like, give me more dream clients. That would be like the best thing ever. And we are going to really unpack how to do this with ease, flow, and fun, and also invite you into the most epic membership that I've ever created. Like, I am super excited to tell you all about it and just like blow your mind, like, and really just pour into you. I don't know how long we'll be here. I hate putting time limits, so this obviously is being recorded if you can't stay, but like when I do stuff like this, like I just focus on me being in the best energy so that I can pour into you to bless your life and help activate you and create transformation for you. And so we may be here for a while and we'll be here as long as we need to be here for you to really like have that breakthrough, because breakthroughs can happen very, very quickly and completely help you quantum leap when you decide that you want it. So that's like the first thing that I want you to decide in this masterclass, is that you do want this. Cause like it can be, yeah, it would be nice to have more dream clients. Like, sure. Yeah. Like I would like them, but like, it's a whole different vibe when you're like, no, like I would just be so freaking excited. I can see them saying yes. I know exactly how it would transform their lives and it would help me get to my goals, like total win-win. Like that's a whole different frequency, a whole different vibe than like a shrug, right? Like, sure, yeah, it'd be nice, right? And I'm really going to guess like you're the latter. Like you really deeply desire it, and maybe there's been some like friction and resistance in between your desire. And so that's what I really want to help you break through today and unleash it out of you, because you really do have it inside of you. You do not need a coach or a mentor to be successful. It's nice if you want that support, but I want you to go back and take all the responsibility that like you can do this. You are capable of this. You are worthy of this. It's helpful to have somebody support you, bring it out in you, share what they've done. But like, I want you to always come back to you, because when you do this, you hold all the power. And that is the most magical thing, truly. Like, even if you don't have said dream clients yet, when you take all of your power back, already you have quantum leap. Already you have collapsed time. Okay. So I really want you to, we're going to like already dive in. Okay. I really want you to shift the mindset of like, okay, the question that I hear so much from so many people is, how do I get dream clients? Like my messaging isn't right. I'm not posting enough on social media. I'm really like, I don't know if my price is too high or too low. So we're already going to do a reframe here, because it's not a get, right? How do I get more dream clients? That feels like sneaky, right? Like maybe I can like talk them into it, or persuade them into it. And that's not what we do here. Okay. That is not what we do here. That is bro marketing of like, okay, what sales sneaky tactics I can do. We don't do that. We really become the energetic match for everything that we desire. So already within the first few minutes of this masterclass, we're already going to do a reframe. Anytime you hear yourself saying, how do I get, okay, dream clients or anything around those lines, I want you to stop yourself and be like, no, 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 no. Okay. That's not what we do here. How do I become the energetic match for all the dream clients that I desire? Right. Again, that is how you take your power back before we literally do any action. And it's really, really important, because then we're already in alignment before we do any action. If we're coming from it from a bro marketing standpoint of like, oh, how do I get it? Right. Then you don't feel like you have the power. which already creates resistance, already creates a block, already creates frustration. And so we're already out of alignment when we start right here. Okay. So literally, if you only make this shift today, over time, it will create results for you because your frequency will already go up by changing this right here or anything like it. So anytime you're saying something to yourself or out loud, stop yourself and pause and say, is this a powerful phrase or is it a powerless phrase? Right. And if you're like, okay, that's like, that really isn't holding and standing in my power, I'm going to go ahead and take my words back. I do this all the time because we're human, right? We have so much conditioning over so many years that it's going to take some time, right? And so we want to continue to shift this phrase as many times as it takes until it's like embodied in you. Think of this as like brushing your teeth. At one point when you were a little kid, someone else had to like grab the toothbrush, grab the toothpaste, right? And say like, please brush your teeth. Here's how to do it, right? And you had to do it over and over and over again until we're an adult, right? Or even like a teenager and adult. And we just do it because it's so embodied in us, right? So at some point, this type of stuff, if it's not already like embodied in you, it will become second nature. It doesn't mean that you're going to slip up. I still slip up these days. Like I find myself being like, let me take my words back, right? And I'm not afraid to like own it because again, just by saying, hold on, time out, I'm going to take my words back, right? And no one can be around. Like this may feel like a little weird if you haven't done this before, but even when you are around yourself, okay? Stop yourself, do a timeout. If you're around other people, do it as well. I do this all the time with other people and alone because I know how important it is because our thoughts become what we believe, right? And what we believe is what creates our reality. And so we're really going to start with mindset today. This is like where all the woo woo happens because it is literally everything. Like it is what is stopping you. You are your only limit, right? Again, knowing that you hold all the power. If you say it's the recession, if you say it's your time, if you say it's money, if you say it's your day job or maybe your current clients because you're so busy or whatever it may be, your kids, when we give our excuses away or when we give excuses that are outside of us, external, we start to give our power away and then it gets so small. And this is when we play small, right? Again, you are human. It's okay. We all do it, but then start to take your power back in real time and watch your confidence explode. Watch your belief explode. And this is an ever evolving thing. But as you do it more and more and more, it's going to create this snowball effect for you that creates so much momentum. And this truly is when you become unstoppable. And this is just not in business. You are a human being. This will positively affect every area of your life, right? And I am so excited for you to master this because like I said, when you do this, it's life-changing. It is truly life-changing. I've been working on my words for probably over 8 years. That's when I like got into personal development. And it's just been incredibly powerful. And that is when I started my journey before it was any monetary goal, right? Or client, right? I never even thought I would have a client, right? It was really like growing and becoming the human being that I really desired, that I could like dream in my head, right? And so this is like action item number 1 of today's masterclass is we get to start reframing and doing those timeouts and like really like shifting your words, and it will literally start to shift everything in your life. I remember when I started this years ago, and like my husband is the most like I love him deeply, but he's a hard nut to crack. We'll just say that, right? And so when I actually started showing up and doing this, wouldn't you believe it like positively like poured into him without me being like the nagging wife, right? Like one of the phrases that I really embody is like, I get to do whatever it is, right? And I remember one day, years and years before, I was practicing this phrase and I said, I have to do something. And he was like, and he like put his hand on his hip and he's like, don't you mean you get to do this? And I was like, oh my gosh, right? And so the coolest part about doing this work is there's this beautiful domino effect that's going to happen in your life, not just with all of your goals, but your loved ones. Like you are the catalyst to everyone around you, and it's massively going to transform not only your life, but everyone that you love, which is just so freaking exciting without you even having to be like, you should do this, right? That we're not operating in that energy anymore, right? We are being the force field that this world needs and stepping into our power. And they're literally, you don't need to say anything. People can feel it, right? And so the first part of this masterclass is going to be the woo stuff. Okay. The second half is going to be the work. And I like, if you don't know me, if you haven't met me, this is truly the essence of who I am in this world. I love infusing the woo with the work because they both are so important. And as females in this online space, bro marketing does not work for us. We've been trying to fit in that box. At least I have, and it does not feel good. So like a bro marketing masterclass would have a shit ton of slides. Okay. And it wouldn't have balloons. And I'm literally not wearing shoes right now. Like that would not happen on a bro masterclass. I would already be trying to sell you. There would be like all these bells and whistles and like special words that I would be trying to use to like persuade you into like buying something. I am here in service to you. And yes, I will invite you into our amazing membership. But I really, at the end of the day, like I am just here speaking to you from my heart, human to human. This as females is what works for us, right? This is what you love. And so when we actually infuse this in your own business, right, it's going to change everything. And that's exactly what this masterclass is all about. The woo and the work together, because they are important. I don't want you just to be like clicking your heels and be like, click, click, click. Like, I believe like all the dream clients will happen. And then like, you like start to open up your eyes and you're like, Nelly, it's not working. Right. And so I know that, right? So we're infusing the woo, which there's a lot of science in woo. So if you're not down with the woo, just hear me out for a little bit, because I'm very practical when it comes to woo, but like the woo works. And so then we infuse it with the woo, or excuse me, the work, which is like the nuts and the bolts and the practical things to do. That's the strategy piece, right? We always want to skip to the strategy. Like, give me the strategy, give me the secret sauce. You are the secret sauce, baby. Like you are the strategy. You are the secret sauce. And when we step into your power, the strategy appears, the clients appear, and then we start to move mountains. And before you know it, you're messaging me and you're like, holy shit, like this is bananas. Like this shit works, Nelly. Like I believed you, but I didn't believe you, right? And so you don't have to believe me 100% for this to work, but just like, give me a little bit, like give me like 10% at least. I'll take more, but like, this as females is what we really, really deeply need, that really feminine energy to really step into our being and step into our power and run a big, beautiful business. Because up to this point, 88% of women-owned businesses are still not making six figures. That's over $100,000 in annual sales. This statistic, literally, when I think about it, it truly wants, like, I want to cry, because we've been trying to be in the bro marketing box. And I really deeply believe that is why the statistic is so high. I really, really do. We've had every obstacle in life for us as women. Like at one point, we couldn't even get a credit card. We couldn't even get a mortgage because we have a freaking pussy, right? Like that just blows my freaking mind. And now we can get a credit card. Now we can get a mortgage, but there is still a huge equal pay gap for women if you do traditional, like if you go to a traditional job. And so how I really think we completely eradicate that statistic, the 88% of women-owned businesses not making six figures, is we literally step into this energy right here. We step into it together. We lock arms together. We become a force field so fucking strong that no one and nothing can stop us. We cannot be in the bro marketing box anymore. It does not work for us. And I should say this, it does work, but it feels awful. Okay. The first half of my business, that's how I built my business. People told me I needed slides for Masterclass. People told me I needed all these like special words and all of these events and all these things to like make $1 million. And it felt awful, like truly awful. I had so many days that I felt like I just wanted to give up. I wanted to cry. And I really do believe this is why the statistic is so high, because there is a percentage of women, right, doing it, but it feels awful. And then there's a certain percentage of women, the 88%, that's like, yeah, I'm out. Like, this doesn't feel good. And they don't know that there's another way. And so that's why this is so important to me. And this membership is so freaking affordable for that reason. I don't want there to be this crazy astronomical barrier to you to get to where you want to go. And so I really wanted to design something that could just be the easiest yes for you, because I have had so many years of stress, burnout, exhaustion, and I was able to build a huge business. But for the last couple of years, I've been doing it with ease, flow, and fun more and more every single day. And it's just been mind-blowing to me. And like, that's what I want to show you. That's what I want you to step into, because over time, it's going to rock your world. And you're going to be like, what? Do this sooner, but you may have just not known, like I didn't know, right? And so I can't keep this a secret any longer, because too many women are waiting on the sidelines, and we're not going to do that anymore. Okay. Can we just like make that pinky promise that we're just like not going to do that anymore? And like, I am here in service to you and to support you. Okay. So let's start with the woo. Are you ready? Like, tell me that you're ready. Like, you want the woo? Give me a yes. Even if you're watching the replay, be like, yes, Valerie, give me the woo. All right, let's get our energy up. Okay. Give me the woo. Tell me, give me the woo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's get our energy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. So here's the first part of the woo. In order to like literally have a full client roster. Okay. If you are not driving, I want you to close your eyes. Okay. I'm going to even like shift my energy. So as long as you're not driving, okay, I want you to close your eyes. Okay. We're already stepping into the woo. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. You can even put like your hand on your stomach and your heart if that feels good, and you're feeling it holding into your body. And then we're going to release. Okay, we're going to do one more in through your nose. Hold and release. You go ahead and open your eyes. Do you already feel like more relaxed, more calm, more present? Wildly enough, we do not breathe enough and we do not get enough water. And so those are two practical things. A little bit deeper, right? Slow down, take a sip of water. So we're going to go ahead and take a sip of water together. From here on out, you put yourself first, okay? Which I know is not always easy. Other people can be in that first line with you, but we've got to put you first. You've got to be in that first line item. Other people can be too. So if you've got babies, or if you've got a significant other or anyone else, they can all be in a bubble together, but it's the first bubble, okay? You matter. You deserve to be well taken care of, okay? And the most beautiful, powerful part is I want you to imagine your whole client roster, whether that mean one-on-one services, coaching, consulting, or maybe you've got a group program. Those are still clients. Whatever you are really excited to sell, I want you to imagine for 1 second, it's already sold out. whatever that number is for you. It's already sold out. If you don't know what that number is, that's a great place to start. Like maybe you desire 10, maybe you desire 20. So like, let's start there of like, okay, I've got 20 beautiful, amazing souls that said yes, right? And I want you to feel what that feels like right now. What does that feel like? Write as many words down as you possibly can. Does it feel joyful? You feel successful, which like successful isn't necessarily a feeling, but still put it down, whatever comes to mind. Maybe you feel excited. Maybe you feel hopeful. Maybe you feel peaceful. Like put as many words down, whatever comes up, even if it's not necessarily like a true feeling, but it came up for a reason, right? And so I want you to get it all out on paper. Okay. What are those feelings? What are they? Right? And then I want you to land on which one feels the juiciest. Okay. For me, I already feel, and for many years, I've always felt excited. Like I am a generator, which is a human design. I'm a generator. So I generate a lot of energy. So it's easy for me to get excited. I also have ADHD. So it's also easy for me to get excited. So that's like a very natural feeling for me. So for me, when I've gone through this ease, flow, and fun work, for me, it's like feeling the peace, right? The peace is what I have, like, I didn't grow up feeling peaceful. And so it's a very foreign feeling for me. And so I've had to do a lot of inner work of it feeling safe for me to feel peaceful. A lot of times when we haven't felt something, but it feels so juicy and amazing, we actually avoid it because we are not sure what it feels like. We want it, but we avoid it because we don't feel safe because we haven't had it. This will be a huge breakthrough for you when you circle that word and say, do I feel safe having that feeling, feeling that feeling? And it not just being there for a second and then like the shoe drops and then it's gone. Because I've had that in my past life, right? Where it's like, oh, a moment of peace, but then like, bam, stress, right? And so when we're not used to having a feeling for a long period of time, we can actually subconsciously avoid it because we don't feel safe having that feeling in our body. Okay. So decide what that word is. Ask yourself of like, am I avoiding this? Right. And this to me was like the biggest breakthrough for me because I didn't feel safe. So of course I self-sabotaged, right? I avoided it subconsciously and I didn't know it, but then I was so frustrated and I gave all of my power away, right? It's the recession. I don't have enough time. I don't have childcare, right? Whatever it is, my pay, like my prices are too high. I kept giving my power away, right? But truly when I like took all of that and put it down, right? And then started to like connect with myself and say, maybe it's a little bit deeper, right? Wow, I don't feel peaceful because I haven't truly felt what it feels like to have peace for a long period of time, right? This was years ago. Okay. So then what we can do is we do not wait to feel this feeling. We start feeling this now, right? And there's all different ways to start creating this energy now so that you can start to feel what it feels like to have it now. This will be attached to your goal of, let's say, those 20 dream clients automatically, which is so powerful because you said, I'll feel what it feels like, right? That word was already attached to that goal, right? So the goal will inevitably happen because we wanted the feeling. We're actually chasing feelings, not the actual goal. The goal is the tangible, visible thing that we can see, and it's easier for our brain to say, I want that, right? But really, at the end of the day, what we are really, really desiring is that feeling, multiple feelings, of course, right? But when you know this, you're going to look at your goals so differently, like massively differently. This is like going underneath the surface of the goal, right? So you can take this of like, maybe you're going to like become debt free. Well, why do we want to become debt free? What feelings are we wanting to create with that? And then we can do this same exact exercise, right? Like maybe you're going for a health and fitness goal, right? And you want to lose, let's say 20 pounds. Well, why, right? Like when we can go deeper and really pinpoint those feelings, right? not the surface level why, right? Like those things are great, but like, let's go deep with feelings. Again, as women, we are emotional creatures. And so when we actually infuse all of the emotions in, we literally, like, everything changes. We stand in our power. We connect to like our deepest, most powerful self, our most authentic self. And this is when everything changes again, because we're emotional creatures. We're emotional buyers, right? And so when we can do this in our business, it's all like, that's what I said at the beginning. It's already there. But what I'm trying to help you do is like, look at this puzzle and start to put the puzzle together, but you already are holding the puzzle. Okay. This is not contingent on me. Okay. This is like, literally, you have it all. I'm just here to like, literally, like reveal it to you, which is so freaking exciting. Like what a, like the biggest blessing to be able to like, hey, here it is. Right. It's kind of like, um, if you ever watched Extreme Home Makeover, when they're like, move that bus, this is what that feels like. Like you're about to see everything. The bus moves and you're like, right? Like that's what I want in this masterclass. And so like, just like keep giving me the feedback that we're on track, because I really, really appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, my inbox is always open. My DMs are always open. Like I just love hearing from you. And so when we can connect with those feelings, then I want you to ask yourself, okay, like, how do I start feeling this now? So we'll just use my word, peace. Okay. So I started looking at my calendar. When I looked at my calendar years ago, oh my gosh, you guys, it was a bro marketing calendar. I did not have any buffer room to go pee, to eat, to check like my inbox, like to check on like my husband. Like I had no time. It was back to back to back to back. So bro marketing. And it felt awful, right? It was me self-sabotaging. I just kept saying yes and yes and yes and yes and yes. Now here's the cool part. I've shown my calendar if you follow me on social media, and literally I got so many comments of like, oh my gosh, this is the best calendar ever. Does it, like, I still have a lot on my calendar because again, I'm a generator by nature. So, and ADHD. So I've got to get a lot of energy out. But the difference, the big, big difference is I have buffer time galore, meaning I go the restroom. Like this morning, I talked to my coach because we were celebrating 6 months of like being in a container together. So we did that, which just like increased my frequency and my energy. I was like rearranging my office to like get it all tidy. I went the restroom. I got water. Old me, bro marketing me, would have been like running in here, checking my slides. There's probably typos and I'm so freaking stressed and so exhausted, right? And just feeling awful, which is not the best way to show up for you, right? And so this is just the coolest part ever, because I started to feel peace in my calendar before I had the big goal, right? And every day I wake up so fucking excited to show up. It feels peaceful. That is what I needed to quantum leap towards my goal faster. It wasn't put your head down, suck it up, right? You'll get there. Then you'll be able to have free space on your calendar. That shit does not work. Even when I would like potentially get to my goal with the bro marketing energy, it would have felt awful. And guess what? This is when you see businesses crash and burn. And you're like, where did they go? They literally just had like the biggest explosion, right? And then they like crashed and burned in some way, shape, or form. And you're like, where did they go? It's because they're trying to do this, right? And so many women are so afraid of success because they think they have to do that, right? And I hope that you believe that I am a testament that you don't have to do it that way, because you don't. And I will continue to show up and prove it to you day in and day out with ease, flow, and fun, and so much love. Not just love for you, but love for myself too, because that is the most important thing here, is doing this work, although it can be uncomfortable, is the best self-love, self-care out there. Sure, getting your nails done is great. going and getting your eyelashes done is great. Getting, a massage or whatever it may be. I love all of those things. I'm not going to bash them, but nothing is better than going on a self-love journey of falling in love with you, which is exactly what is going to get you all the dream clients and more that you desire. Right. And if you're already on this journey, like freaking high five, if you're like, girl, I believe this because I'm on the journey. Like, I just want to like high five you. If you are at the beginning, I want to high five you too. This is so powerful. And this is how we quantum leap and collapse time, is start feeling that feeling now. Right. So look at the calendar, right? Look at your to-do list, look at your bank account, right? Like look at expenses. Like there's so many practical things that we can do to start feeling that feeling now, right? Even like in my home, I started to feel peace by hiring a personal assistant. She's literally there right now, cleaning our whole house, doing the laundry, prepping lunches. That was a big leap of faith and trust in myself of like, yeah, I'm going to spend money, 20 hours a week, $40 an hour, right? Getting somebody to come in because I know it's going to make me feel peaceful, right? And then I don't have to take that time away from my kids and my husband, right? So it's doing this, knowing the reason why. I don't want you just to do it. That won't create the feeling, right? We're going to go and look at the calendar. We're going to go and look at your expenses. We're going to go and look at your house, your office, like look around, just like literally open your eyes and be like, where can I get this feeling, right? Like, where can I not even get, let me take my words back. Where can we create this feeling? Okay. Where can we create this feeling now? And it's going to start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the snowball. And this is the stuff that people just can't pinpoint why they're attracted to you, right? They're like, oh man, I'm just so freaking attracted to her. Like there's just something about her. There's this energy. And when you keep doing it, it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. This is the force field. And when you lock arms with other women, perhaps in our membership, right? This is when it gets stronger because you're locking arms and they're getting in their force field, and then they're locking arms with other women, and then it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and you just like can't deny it. It's so incredibly strong, so incredibly powerful that like it is unstoppable. Like literally it's a force that no one can stop. Everyone's guaranteed to grow. Everyone's guaranteed to rise. Everyone's guaranteed to feel the feelings that they desire. And there's plenty of it for everyone, like plenty of it. Is this landing for you? Like, is this creating the breakthrough for you? Like, I just want to make sure I'm on track. Like, give me a yes. Like, give me a yes that I'm on track here. Like, we're literally creating this force field right now because I just know this is what you need. Like, and more than need, you deserve it. Like, you deserve to feel what it feels like to do business differently, to do life differently, to actually enjoy it. We only have one shot at life. And when we do it right, that's all we need, right? That's all we need. And so I want you to enjoy the journey there so that once you arrive to whatever goal it is, because this isn't going to be the last goal. Like if it's 20 clients or maybe you want to sell out your one-on-one spots and that's like 5 or 10, whatever it is, this is just one milestone, right? And when we get there with ease, flow, and fun, you're going to want to go to the next one, right? There's not going to be any like backpedaling that happens. You're going to arrive. I like said it so matter of fact, like you're just going to arrive because it really is like, I promise you, like, it's just going to be like, oh, I'm here, right? Like, wow, this is so exciting. But also I knew it was going to happen. So this kind of feels odd, right? It'll be this like out of body experience. But once we arrive there with ease, flow, and fun, you'll be so much more sustainable. Like my whole career has been slow and steady. So although there's been some like bro marketing energy in the past, it still has been slow and steady. And what's so beautiful about this is it's sustainable. Right? You're going to keep growing with ease, flow, and fun. And you'll always know that you'll get to the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. So the first one, right, that you're deciding today of attracting more dream clients, this one may feel, if we've never done it, right, this way, it's going to feel a little odd, right? It's kind of like riding the bike for the first time. You're like kind of shaking. Maybe the training wheels are on, but eventually when you keep getting on the bike over and over and over again, right, you eventually can ride a bike, right? And then every time you want to get back on said bike, it's like you never left, right? And so it's going to be so ingrained in you over time that we can do this for anything that you desire. And like it can just get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, old me would be so proud. Like I remember back, oh my gosh, let's see how many years it was. How many years? Maybe 7 years. I lose track of time, but maybe 7 years ago, about 7 years ago, I was getting paid $15 an hour. I loved what I did. If you don't know, I started a nonprofit for pediatric cancer families. I did not start it to make money. I started it when I was 16. I had a little job, right? I didn't need a lot of money. So it never started out of wanting money. It started from a passion. It started wanting to like contribute to the world. And before I was really like trying to find my place in the world. Like I tried out for the tennis team and didn't make it. I tried out for the cheerleading team and didn't make it. Like I just felt so lost and I felt like I didn't belong. And so I really do believe that the organization was started out of a passion of belonging and being a part of something bigger than myself. Little did I know, like the first fundraiser that we had when I was 16 raised $3,000. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I didn't even have that in my bank account when I was 16. I was like, this is the bee's knees. Like, and I remember taking that to Children's Hospital and giving it to the cancer unit. And I just felt so proud. And the powerful part is then I had the belief that I could do more. So the long-term goal wasn't to build a nonprofit over 10 years and raise millions and millions of dollars. It was so much smaller than that. But then when I did it once, I had so much more belief to continue to grow it. You guys, I got wild thing. I attracted, let me take my words back again. I attracted, even before I knew what all of this was. I feel like I've always been very woo-woo deep down, but I attracted so many obscure things. Like we got a sign in Times Square. We got an RV that we traveled across country for a month after I graduated college. I got literally a car, a Honda CRV donated $0. I think they put $1 on the title, but they're like, don't worry about it. I got a CRV donated to our organization to drive around town for years for free. That does not happen, right? Like when you're in like the bro marketing energy, right? And so my journey started with so much passion, so much love. And then I got lost along the way, right? And I forgot my voice and I lost my voice. And until about 10 years into the organization, or a little less than that, probably about like 7 years into the organization, I started to find my voice again. I started losing weight, right? Because again, I took my power back and I started pitching us for even bigger things. And life literally, like there was this like unlocking that happened in my mind, which is when I started all the work that I'm doing now. I thought so much bigger, right? And I thought, oh my gosh, this can be so much more than me just making $15 an hour, right? And that organization is still growing and thriving because I had the belief in myself that like I was meant for more. And that didn't mean that like 10 years had to go away. And I found a new way to make what I desired happen. And old me would have not done that, right? Old me would have just stayed in that and worked $15 an hour, right? And not get to all of my goals and my dreams and my desires, right? Like I'm a little bougie, okay? Like, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. And so I love money. And the more I've worked with money, I've gotten so connected to it that this is the powerful part, right? Like all the woo side of money and the work side of money really does change your life forever, which is what I want to continue to pour into you, okay? So these feelings that we're having, okay? This is how we start to attract all the dream clients to you, right? I want you to imagine, here's like a really easy example. And I've talked about this before, okay? Think of like the nicest restaurant that you can think of. I'm like, if you're local to like Columbus, Ohio, I love Cameron Mitchell restaurants. They're very fine dining, very fancy, very bougie. Cameron Mitchell, when he started his restaurants, he was a vibe, right? He decided he wanted to create fine dining restaurants. Okay. And so when he opened up his doors, he created, right, that atmosphere, right? So when he opens up his doors, he's owning that, yeah, you're going to pay $100 for a steak and you're going to be okay with it. You're going to be more than okay with it, right? And so why I'm sharing this with you is because he didn't open his doors and go, oh my gosh, like, are people going to come? Like, let's just charge $25 for a steak, right? Like, let's not like make the experience great. Like, let's just make it awful, right? They became the energetic match for fine dining so that when their dream clients walk in the door, they're like, yeah, this is where I want to be, right? They can see the ambiance. They see the menu. They have like the most delicious, beautiful cocktails, right? They've put the time and the energy into becoming the energetic match for a huge empire of fine dining restaurants that literally have taken over Columbus, Ohio and beyond, right? It didn't start off that way. They had to become it, right? And this is how, again, you take your power back, okay? So in order to do this fully, you get to be the dream client, right? If your dream client is energetic, are we showing up energetic? If your dream client is paying on time, are you paying things on time, right? Is your dream client enjoyable to work with? Like, they get back to you quickly. They pour in to you, right? Like, you get so much energy from them. So are you doing that for yourself, right? Are their values the same as yours? And what are your values, right? And so this is how we start to, how we attract the dream clients is we be the dream client, right? I have certain standards for myself that are important to me. And so when I step into those standards, I attract other people without even saying the standards, that those standards are theirs too. So like naturally, I attract a lot of people that have ADHD. I naturally attract a lot of moms. I naturally attract a lot of people that are very like woo-woo, right? That are excited, right? They have lots of energy, or they want to have lots of energy. And it may not always look the exact same, but underneath the surface, our frequencies are vibing so in tandem, right? So here's the cool part that I want you to like see a visual aid. I'm going to grab a couple things here. So here's the cool part. Your dream clients that you desire, like, get very clear, not about the surface level stuff of like, it's a mom from Columbus, Ohio that like wants this. That's surface level stuff. That stuff is important. Don't get me wrong, because it does give you clarity on like who they are. But at the end of the day, what are their feelings, right? Like, what feelings do they want that they do have too, right? What they want and what they have. Okay. What are their standards, right? What are their values? That's like underneath the surface, but so much more powerful than the surface level stuff. Okay. So your dream clients are already vibing on a high frequency, like super high frequency. And let's say right now, with your current way of being, you're vibing at a frequency that's a little bit lower than them. It doesn't mean they're on a pedestal or they're better than you or that they're perfect and you're not perfect. That's not what this is. Okay. What this is they're already up here. So they may be seeing your content and just kind of like passing. Okay. Maybe they've even come into your DMs or had a sales call with you, but like it just doesn't land. So they keep passing, right? Or they get really excited, but then they like back out, right? And then so they keep passing. It's because you're not operating on the same frequency. So by you becoming the dream client, right? Every single day, more and more and more and more and more, boom, you are operating on the same frequency as them. This is when it feels like you have this explosion in your business, like visibly. You're like, oh my gosh, dream client said yes. Another dream client said yes. Another one said yes. Another one's interested, right? And it's like this holy shit moment because it's visible. But what most people don't realize and most people don't see is that there's so much before that has to happen, that gets to happen for that explosion to happen. But this is when it happens so organically because you're finally on the same frequency. People can feel it on your live videos. People can feel it in the DMs, even if you're not doing a voice note. Everything and everyone is energy. And so everything, like even these objects have a frequency. You have a frequency, right? And so when we truly start prioritizing your frequency, AKA your energy, because you can literally change it, right? Like maybe you came on this masterclass and you were like, a little frustrated and a little annoyed, or maybe some, like maybe you were a little anxious, right? Whatever it may be. But maybe that's changed over this training because you're like, okay, I'm feeling good because I'm pouring into you, right? But then it's coming into you, right? But you're receiving it. So it's still you, right? You're receiving this right now. You chose to be here, right? It always comes back to you. And so maybe your frequency is already increasing as you're on this masterclass, right? Like, how powerful is that? So again, then when we see it already increasing, we're like, holy shit, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm closer. I'm closer. Boom, the explosion, AKA quantum leaping, right? This is when it feels like it's overnight. Maybe you've seen somebody on social media and you're like, I feel like they came from nowhere, right? There was so much that you did not see before, more than likely, if they're doing it how I'm describing it with ease, flow, and fun, right? A lot of artists, you'll see this where like they were literally inching up and inching up and inching up and trying and trying and trying, and then they finally got there, right? And so this is the most powerful thing, because when you become the dream client every single day, and energetically and practically, right, you're going to get closer and closer and closer. And the cool part is there's other dream clients that you'll attract before we get to like the big, like Mac Daddy dream clients that you desire. And here's also the most beautiful part. As you are inching up, do you guys like my little my little objects here? But I'm such a visual person, so I want you to see it. But like as you are inching up and you are becoming the dream client, there's other, like I said, there's other dream clients at other frequencies below here. Here's like, it makes me want to cry. Here's the most beautiful part. You'll attract those, and then everyone grows together. So there's already some humans that have done the work, and they're like high up on the frequency. And so once you get closer to them, you'll have all of these flood of amazing humans that you'll like bring with you. And like, this is when like the magic happens. Like, this is when everyone wins. This is when everyone rises. And like, it's because of you. Like, it's because of the work that you did. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Pro marketing masterclasses wouldn't cry either. This is how we like completely eradicate the 88% of women-owned businesses not making six figures. And six figures is just a mile marker, right? Like, there's so much more after that, but like, we get to eradicate that, because that's truly how we eradicate the equal pay gap that's still happening in modern corporate America and beyond, if you don't live in the United States, because this is like world domination that we're doing. But it like starts with you. Like, no woman can do it alone. We need every woman to do this. Like, so you becoming the dream client is going to create this like massive quantum leap for yourself, but then this massive ripple quantum leap that happens for your loved ones, that happens for other women, some near, some far. The frequency goes so like it's an infinite a frequency. Like, the frequency does not stop. Energy does not stop. The closer you get to someone, you can feel it stronger, but it does not stop. It keeps literally going out. Like, have you ever walked into a room and you can like feel the negative energy, right? Like, the minute that you walk into a room, has that ever happened to you? So like, that's what I mean. And also, have you ever walked into a room that you're like, woo, this like feels like the best place ever, right? Like, I'm just excited to be here, virtually and in person, right? Like, room is not like contingent on like an actual physical space. But this is like the power of the woo side of everything that I want to teach you, because it's literally infinite, right? It's so far. And so when we do this work, when we become the dream client, like every single day, a little bit at a time, again, this gets to feel good. We're not like, oh shit, I've got to be the dream client today. Like, what can I do? Let me roll up my sleeves. Let me like force something out of myself. No, it's so intuitive. It's like showing up and saying, okay, like if I were the dream client, how would I show up today? Right? Like, that's why like I got balloons. That makes me happy. That's like an expression of me being the dream client, right? Buying this microphone. Like I didn't have those things before, but it's again, we're raising the frequency every single day. I'm not stopping. I don't want you to stop, right? And we just keep raising it day in and day out, visibly and invisibly, right? And so the inner work, right, is also important, and the external, right? Both are powerful, both are important. And when we do them together is when it's like the dynamic duo, right? A lot of times people will do like the tangible things, but then they forget about the inner stuff. And that's when like, when you get to a big goal and you're like, I feel like this doesn't feel good, right? And it's because we like forgot to like check in with yourself and like do this from like an internal being standpoint too. So we get to be the dream client. So I've talked a lot of woo today, and I could continue to do that, but I really do want to shift and really start with the work, okay? Or continue with the work, okay? So the work is just as important. I can't stress that enough, right? If I just hopped off here, I would be doing you a disservice, because this is the beginning, right? And then when we infuse it with the work is again, the dynamic duo, right? So how I like to teach is infuse both. I've been a little bit quieter of my woo side, and that's actually doing you a disservice. And so like, I've just chosen and given myself permission to like unleash that side of myself, even if it doesn't make sense to some people. I'm okay with that, because the humans that are choosing to be in my containers deserve all of me, and I never want to hold back. And it wasn't like I was like doing it and knowing it, right? But when I like unpacked that, I was like, yeah, like I keep hiding that side of me out of fear of judgment, right? And so I started to work through that. And so this is how like all of this was born, of like doing a lot of inner work before today, so that I could just truly show up like even more authentically me to better serve you. Because when I show up as like fully my whole self, subconsciously it gives you permission to do the same, and like encouragement, right? The judgment is always going to be there, right? We are not tacos or margaritas. We cannot make everyone happy, right? And so we get to really fully embrace all pieces and parts of us. I show up with no makeup some days. I show up with a full background of balloons some days, right? Like sometimes my kids are in the background. Like authentically, wholeheartedly myself is the best way to do this, is the ease, flow, and fun way. Okay, so let's shift to the work. So we've talked a lot about the woo, lots to do there. Now let's shift to the more practical, like give me like the things to do. So, all right, I'm curious. I want to know, how many dream clients do you desire? Okay, like how many dream clients do you desire in this moment that would just be like life-changing for you? It does not have to make sense to anyone else, but like, what is a number that just lights you up, that gives you like those tingly feelings? Write it on a piece of paper. Drop me a DM of how many dream clients it is. If you're watching live, let me know. I would love to know. All right, I see a 10. Who else? How many dream clients right now would just be like fucking life-changing for you? How many dream clients? Let me know. A dozen. Oh, I love it. It's like a good like box of donuts. Now you need to go buy donuts this weekend. That's your challenge. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to teach you the dream framework today, because again, this is my teacher side, my strategic side coming out. And I love showing this side, because this is like the things that we can grasp, but just know we've got to infuse it with the woo along the way. Okay. So just make me that promise that we're not going to just like force this, but I'm going to teach you the dream framework. framework. Okay. It's easy to remember. So anytime that you desire more dream clients, you write out the DREAM acronym. Okay. And then you can get to work. So this is like the best to-do list to actually grow. This is a growth to-do list. Remember, if we're filling our day with maintenance tasks, we're going to maintain our business, right? If we fill our day with growth tasks, we're going to grow. So this is like a growth list, and so powerful, and lots of expansion that you can continue to like come back to and play with and work with. So I'm going to teach you the actual framework today. We're not going to have time to like dig deep into each one, but at least you'll know it. And then I want you to play with one of them as your homework. And then if you hop into the membership, I'll actually teach you deep dive everything and like break it all down for you. Okay. But at least you'll have the framework today. Okay. So the D, okay. I'll tell you the whole acronym and then we'll go back and I'll like do a little bit of a highlight of each one. Okay. So D is do more of what's working. Okay. So do more of what's working. Okay. Now I'm going to add, I don't have space to add on my sheet, but I want you to do more of what's working for you. So when you see people on social sharing like strategies, feel free to like put those in your back pocket. But where we get to start is do more of what's working for you. So like I said, I'll go back and dig deeper, but I want to like share all of it with you first. Okay. So the R is referrals. Referrals are so freaking powerful and they get overlooked so much. So we'll talk more about those here in a second. The E is events for dream clients. So events, okay. Events for dream clients. The A is automations for dream clients. We can automate so much for dream clients, okay? And then the M is a double whammy, okay? The M is mindset, because I couldn't help but sneak that in. Mindset and messaging, okay? Mindset and messaging, okay? Mindset and messaging, okay? So let's go over them one more time, then I'll dig deeper. D is do more of what works for you. R is referrals. E is events. A is automations. And M is mindset and messaging. Okay, so let's dig deeper into all of these. Feel free to take some notes and some like brainstorm some ideas as I'm talking to you that like work for you. But we already have our goal of we desire 10 clients, 12 clients, 20, whatever the number is. Okay, I do want it to be a little bit of a stretch for you because this is a growth task list. If we play small, we're going to win small. So I still do want that, like whatever you desire to be like, just like you're almost on your tippy toes. Like you're like, I'm reaching for it, right? I don't want you to play small because we win small. I want you to win big, right? And it sends a really bold message to the universe of like, I'm here to grow, right? So again, we have to be in alignment. Like that client goal is a growth goal. It's a stretch because this task list is a growth list. So then we're already in alignment and we're starting on the best foot possible. We've done a lot of woo-woo work before we're like even stepping into this. So we're just like already vibing at a very high, delicious, amazing frequency that is like already starting us off on the best foot possible. Okay. So I want you to get an inventory of everything in the past that has worked for you, right? If you love being on video and it's helped you build interest, build curiosity, build clients, write that down. If maybe for you, you've gone to like in-person networking events, let's write that down, right? And don't forget about like the woo-woo side. Like maybe for you, you journal every day. Maybe for you, you work out every day and that like makes you feel so good, right? You're drinking water every day, like, and that makes you feel good. You get sleep. Like think of things for you too, not just like what your business needs, but what you need that really already is working. Here's the coolest part. You're going to be able to quantum leap so much faster when we identify what's already been working for you, and then we do more of it, right? If you know that going to in-person networking events works so well for you, if we just went to 2 more than you've already done in the past, we're already quantum leaping so much faster because we know that it works. right? Maybe you're working out 3 days a week and we start to work out 5 days a week. And now you have even more energy and you're looking so fine. And like you have so much more energy. So you're already operating on a higher frequency, right? This sounds so basic, but we have shiny object syndrome as humans. We all do. And if you have ADHD, you're like probably experiencing it even more. But it's basic, but basics work. And when we do what's already working more, it's going to speed it up so freaking fast. It's going to literally collapse so much time for you. And it's going to feel good because you already know it works. So this is like an easy way to start because your brain is already on board, right? The evidence is there, right? Whether it's for you or for your business, when we identify that we already know it works, your brain won't try to fight you as hard, right? Because it's like, no, this works. There still may be some resistance there, don't get me wrong. But if we have the evidence, it's gonna feel easier to like get the momentum. Okay. Let's talk about referrals. So here's the coolest part. Referrals, so anyone that's referred to you by someone that either knows you or is also working with you, they are 70% more likely to buy from you than a random person on social media because of the connection they have with the other person. So there's so much that we can do with referrals, both perhaps we like start an affiliate program, right? Where there's a percentage. Maybe we have a referral gift and we start talking about that. Maybe we like start to literally like ask our current customers or clients like, hey, I would love to like be introduced to like 5 of your friends. And if anyone signs up, you'll get $100, right? Like do what makes sense for whatever you're selling. But just even that small little ask can be like, oh my gosh, I would love to introduce you, right? Testimonials can also be a way to get referrals because if you get a testimonial from one of your dream clients, guess what? If someone is your dream client, they have friends that could be your dream clients because again, everyone operates on a frequency that is similar. Birds of a feather flock together, right? Is a really easy way to understand that. And so if you have a dream client, and you ask them to record a quick video or write a quick testimonial, or maybe even do like an interview with you on Zoom and you like record that and share it and you tag them, right? That's like a super easy way that like the person doesn't even have to do much work, right? And maybe you like can give them a Starbucks gift card and thank them for their time or give them like a free session or something like that. Like I always like love to think of like win-wins. So that way, like everyone wins, everyone rises. And so there's so much that we can do here. Like we could spend a whole month working on referrals. So we want to like work through that. Events. So events are incredibly powerful. Like imagine walking into a room that has hundreds of your dream clients, right? We can like speed up. I think events are how you truly like can quantum leap in your business because there's less barriers, right? Like there's a conference that I go to every year and I love going to it because it's a powerful event with literally like thousands of dream clients. So even if I can make a few deep connections, add them on social, right? Like have like a meeting point after the event, right? It is so powerful because they're not distracted, right? They're not trying to change a diaper or answer a bunch of emails. There's face-to-face is like, especially nowadays, is so overlooked, but so freaking powerful. You can go from not knowing somebody to liking them, to loving them and trusting them in one conversation at an event, right? You can put your own events on, right? And so if you put on your own events or if you're going to events, virtual is still great, but I want you to look for in-person events and eventually maybe even like do your own events. Events are like truly at the core, like it's creating an experience. I do events all year round. I'm doing more of them, more and more year after year because they're so freaking powerful. They create so much transformation and connection with other people. And like at the end of the day, we crave that, right? And so events are just hands down insanely powerful. They take time, money, and energy. But again, let's put it on the growth list. Let's make it a part of your growing. And it's just going to like come back to you tenfold in so many different ways. If you haven't like hosted your own events, start with going to other people's events, because obviously it's a little bit less stressful and also easier to like get started. But like eventually I would love for you to have your own events, right? And again, this is an event technically right here, right now, right? Like I consider this an event and I want to create an experience for you. So it can still also be easy for you to like hop on and create a virtual experience, a virtual event for people. And then maybe you add like in person. But again, like people are craving experiences right now. And so this is just a great, powerful way to attract dream clients to you, but then also go to events that already have dream clients. So it's like a both and. Automations. So for so many years, I've been growing my business very organically and also manually. And I have been playing with automations because again, ease, flow, and fun. And there's so many powerful ways through ads, through automations on your funnels, email marketing, so many powerful things that we can do that are just like running in the background, right? That can be working for you. Almost think of this as like a whole team of people, right? Helping you find dream clients, right? This is how you're truly able to like enjoy your life. Like people ask me all the time, they're like, it looks like you're everywhere. Like you're doing all the things. And I'm still enjoying so much of my life. Nothing feels hard. I'm not working a ridiculous amount of hours. I work when I want. I love the hours that I work. I am creating. Everything is a choice, right? And so then I have all of these automations working in the background to feel like I have this whole team of people, right? Think of this as like minions, like all the little minions, like going out and like finding all the dream clients. Like I love the movie Minions and like they're grabbing them and bringing back, right? And you're like, oh, thank you so much, right? And then you're just like loving on the dream clients. I already know you're good at what you do. And the hardest part is what we're talking about today. It's like actually attracting them, right? Because once they get to you, you already know you've got it, right? You already know you can create results, create transformation, create joy, create ease, create fun, like whatever results you know you can create. I know that you're already good at what you do and you can do that. Like I do know that. And I hope you know that. And so the resistance, the block is what we're talking about today, right? And so this framework is the way that we break through that practically. Okay. And we do this over a long period of time. I don't want you to try to cram this in a day or a week. Like this is something we're going to continue to grow. And again, make this powerful force field around you that you are unstoppable and it's inevitable that all the dream clients come to you over time, right? At some point, every dream client that I currently have did not know me, right? Did not know me. And because of the increase of frequency and this framework, wow, it's finally happened, right? And it's always at the powerful time for them, right? We get to continue to become the energetic match and stay ready because everyone's on their own journey and everyone's on their own timeline and we cannot force it. Trust me, when I was in the bro marketing space in that box, I tried to force it and it felt awful, right? Once dream clients say yes, they are with you for a long time. And even like if they're not an active client, they are always a big cheerleader of you. They love you. Sometimes they even become like close friends where you like travel together, right? Or you like call each other up and love on each other, right? Like dream clients are a whole vibe and they change your whole life because of your frequency that you created. And it like creates this beautiful domino effect, right? And so the last one is mindset and messaging. So mindset is truly everything that we've talked about before. That's all the woo stuff. That's all the personal growth. There's practical things that you can do for mindset, like journaling, right? Seeing a therapist, working through your trauma, right? Working through like if you have ADHD, like getting like support for that, right? Or it can be that you are reading a book or listening to a podcast. So they can absolutely be practical things, but like it's the choice of doing it that is the woo stuff. And like starting to really, really listen to you. Like, for example, if you're like low energy and you have a task that you're supposed to do, you would like reach out to that person and be like, hey, I'm going to need like 2 extra days to do this. I'm going to need, and you don't even have to explain why. You can if you want to, but like that's like choosing self-love, right? It's honoring you allowing things to be messy, allowing yourself to be imperfect, right? Like honoring your energy, honoring your values, your standards, and like standing in them and being them, right? So there's so much mindset, beautiful growth that we can do there. And the messaging, I want to talk about the messaging. So I don't necessarily mean like you have to have the perfect sales page, right? Or you have to have the perfect offer. I really do believe with massive passion, you can change lives with like, I mean this in the most loving way, like a mediocre offer. And the reason why is your energy is what's actually going to create the transformation. So like, we don't want to get hung up on like the perfect sales page or the perfect offer. It doesn't need to be perfect to change lives. We'll continue to make it better. Just like any like big brand out there, they actually put out products quicker than they probably should because they know that they need the feedback from people to actually make it better, right? Like if you see software, a lot of times it'll be in beta, and they do that because they really need the feedback to make it better, right? And so what I mean by messaging is connecting with people, reaching out to them, right? It is the most powerful thing, and it is so overlooked. A lot of times we are doing all this massive marketing on social with reels and TikToks and live videos and stories and email marketing, and all of those things are great, but they're not personalized, right? And all of my 17 years of my career selling and doing different things, right? The thing that I can pinpoint, the practical thing that I can pinpoint that I've done so fucking well is build true, deep, authentic relationships. It starts with a hello, right? It starts with let's get coffee. It starts with tell me more about what's going on with you, right? It takes time and energy, but when you're doing it with people you actually want to be around, it's very enjoyable, right? Like let's think of somebody that like texts you all the time. That's like a friend or like a significant other. Are you ever annoyed that they're texting you, right? You love to hear from them, right? And so when we actually shift into this energy, when it comes to connecting with people, you are not bothering them. Let's let that go, right? You are deeply compassionate and excited to get to know them, right? And also detached if they're not, right? It's the duality of that is very challenging, but very powerful, right? Where it's like, man, I'm really like vibing with this person and I want to get to know them, right? And every conversation, every person is going to look different, and it's going to go at different speeds, just like friendships go, just like intimate relationships go. Like some people get married after dating for a week, right? Some people never get married, right? But they love each other and they're in each other's lives, right? So this is going to look different for each and every relationship that you build. But I guarantee you, when you carve out more time to message and interact with more humans, it's going to help you quantum leap, right? Again, I don't want this to be robotic. I don't want it to feel awful. I have really stepped into like, who's on my heart today? Like, who do I want to reach out to today? An easy way to get started with this is like, whose birthday is it today? I'm going to go ahead and wish them happy birthday. Who doesn't want to like hear from people on their birthday, right? You can look at people's stories and see what like they're up to. Like I saw somebody on Instagram that was like sick and all of their kids were sick. I don't know her that well, but I like her vibe. And so I sent her a DM and said, hey, I hope you feel better, right? There's no sneaky underlying like reason why I'm saying that besides being a human being, right? Like when we actually prioritize authentic human being relationships, we build a big ass business without even trying, right? Because even if that person never buys from you, they have a whole flood of people that they do. Guess what? Maybe they become a referral for you, right? Maybe they become one of your biggest cheerleaders. We're not worried about the sale, right? That's in the back of our mind. We know that that's going to happen because we're standing in our power. We're going to interact and message people and really like love on them and get to know them over time. And this is like, this takes time if this isn't easy for you. But again, like I gave you some like easy practical things to start with. But like, if you're like kind of like, like, I mean this in the most loving way, if you feel like a little awkward when you're doing this, it will feel less awkward when you do it more, but ask more questions, right? Like, tell me more about your business, right? Do you have kids? Like there's so many easy questions that we can start with and then we can go deeper. Like literally, I connected with somebody, an amazing human being that's a mom in a Facebook group. This has happened several times, but I connected with her on social through the Facebook group, and we've just like continued to vibe and like talk to each other, right? And like cheer each other on. And it's just so freaking powerful. So again, you get energy even if there's never a dollar exchange, right? And that energy is insanely powerful. And then it's just icing on the cake if they're like, yeah, I want to join you, right? Or what are you doing? Oh, I'm actually interested in that, right? And so it just becomes this beautiful, powerful win-win type of relationship. And then we can do this over time. Okay. And again, we don't have to like do this like on a, like, we're going to go message 100 people today. Pick one person, right? Who's on your heart, right? Like that would be an easy way to like go and like check in with people. You can do this with your clients, right? You can do this with friends if you want to like practice and it be easy, right? Like if this doesn't feel as easy to you, there's like fun, easy, practical things that we can do to like get the wheels turning and make this feel better. Okay. So let's review it one more time. Okay. This gives you like so much to do. Okay. So D is do more of what's working for you, right? Not the other coach on social media, right? You can use it as inspiration, but like, I want you to look at the inventory of like what's already working for you, both you and your business. Okay. The R is referrals. The E is events, right? Going to them and also eventually perhaps hosting them, events and retreats, conferences, etc. Right? Automations galore. There's so many different automations we can do. Paid marketing, email funnels that are automated. And like there's even like chat bots that you can get. Like there's really cool things, especially in today's world with so much AI, that we can automate so much and just make you less stressed, which is like the best thing for ease, flow, and fun. And then the last one is mindset and messaging, hashtag like build relationships. Not worry about your sales page being like the perfect thing ever. Sales pages are overrated. They need to be short and sweet. Like, what are they, right? Like, what is the offer? Let's get to the point, right? The bro marketing way is like long sales pages trying to convince you to like buy the thing. It's like, what is it, right? Like, and you can pretty much energetically quickly understand like you want it or you don't want it, or you've got to like figure some things out if it's like a higher ticket offer. But like, we're here and we're like doing like ease, flow, and fun things. Okay. So like I said, in the actual membership, which I'm about to tell you about, and I'm so excited, we're going to go deeper into all of these. Like I'm going to give you practical things to do. I'm going to train you how to do things so you can learn, because maybe like what you don't know, right? Like, so I've learned so much that I've implemented in my business. And so I'm going to teach you those things, right? And so there's just so much that we can do here in a short amount of time to get massive results. And then again, like keep coming back to this framework. So if you want to hear about the membership, this is like the opportunity to stay on. If you feel like you've gotten what you need, again, I was here in service to you to support you, love on you, and put love into you. But at the end of the day, like I do want to keep the relationship going because I know this is just the beginning. And so if you're like, okay, I like really want to know about this membership, I'm so excited. So if you feel like you feel like you've got what you need, I love you. And maybe we'll connect in the future, but like trust yourself. If you're like, okay, I feel like I'm good, then run with all of this. If you're like, okay, I feel amazing. I've had awesome breakthroughs, but like, I want more. This is your opportunity to hear more. Okay. Again, you do not need a coach or a mentor to be successful. You have everything inside of you. My goal is to help unleash it out of you. Like since day one, that has been my goal. I've always felt kind of like, I'm going to be like really honest with you guys. I felt kind of awkward calling myself a coach or a mentor. And I used to think that it like years ago, it was like imposter syndrome, but then it kept showing up even though like I've gotten people amazing results and I like have 100x my confidence and all of those things. And so I was like doing some soul searching the other day and it's like, it's because like, that's really not what I'm doing. Like what we're doing here is creating a massive movement, right? That is not contingent on me. Yes, perhaps like I am teaching you things. I am encouraging you. I am supporting you, but I've just always kind of felt a little bit off labeling myself as a coach, as a mentor. Like those are easy, tangible things, but this is so much deeper. Like this is like nothing else that you will see, because it is not contingent on me. And it is truly a movement of this force field of women locking their arms together, because we know that when all of us are standing in our power and becoming the energetic match, when we're not doing it alone and we're doing it together, it's this massive force field that literally, it's inevitable that it creates this massive movement that is unstoppable, and everyone wins, everyone grows, everyone rises. No one has to be perfect, right? It is not the bro marketing way of like, it's a course and you have to watch these videos, or you have to come on these live calls, or this, that, the other. Like, we're just throwing that all out the window. Like, even the word membership doesn't feel like 100% right, because it's not even that. It's a force field. Okay. So membership is an easy way to like get you interested, but like truly, genuinely, this is a force field. This is a evolving container that is like going to eradicate that 88% of women-owned businesses not making six figures. Like, that's what I desire it to be. And so if that's interesting to you, then this is when I tell you more about it. Okay. And the invitation to come in. So I just want to ease your nerves and like literally tell you the price at the beginning, which is, again, what you're not supposed to do. But I just want to like ease your nerves, because a lot of times they'll wait to say the price at the end and you're like loving it. But then there's like this like uneasy feeling, because you're like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to afford it? Like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to have to put it on my credit card? Or like, am I going to have to miss out because I can't do it? Like, I just want to ease your nerves. This is just like intuitively, this was not planned. It just feels really good. And that's what we do here. It's $111 a month. Like, there are no strings attached. There is no contract. There's a 14-day money back guarantee. If you come in and you're like, this is not for me, I will gladly give your money back. Again, energetically, that's what feels good to me. It's $111 a month. I want you to stay as long as you desire and see the value, see the growth, but most importantly, feel like that's what I want you to be like, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing ever. And it's supporting me in the most deep way. And it's affordable because I don't want there to be barriers, right? You can get behind $111 a month. Like, I truly know that. I believe that you can get behind that. And equally, I do believe it's going to like light this, like the light switch is going to go off in your brain of like, I am putting money, right? Like energetic exchange. I am putting $111 down and I'm like ready to grow. And like, I said grow, not go. You're ready to grow, right? And so then this force field, when you do that, literally comes over you, right? So here's what we're up to in the Quantum Club. Quantum for short. And it is all about women being the force field, becoming the energetic match. And it is this living, breathing, growing, evolving container month after month for the visualization of creating this force field. So it's probably going to feel like this right now. And my goal is month after month, it just like gets bigger and bigger, not just with people, but like the love, the energy, the support, the knowledge, the woo, right? The strategy. It just becomes this like massive overflow, this massive force field that like everyone's like, I have to be in it. Like, this is what has landed on my heart. And I have felt so calm. I felt so peaceful. Like me probably a year ago could have not launched this. It like went through the first round, which was formerly the Moolah Club, but like deep down, I knew it was going to be more. So this is what that is. It is the Quantum Club, Quantum for short. And so just for you to like easy, like wrap your brain around what this looks like. Cause I know it's like abstract when you're like, okay, it's a force field, but like, Nelly, it's not a course. It's not like live, like coaching calls. Like it's not like an event. What is it? It's so much more. So practically, okay, that's like the woo side of it. Practically, this is what it is. And again, this is just like the beginning of what it is, but hopefully this helps like get your brain on board. Okay. So practically, every single month in Quantum, there is going to be a quantum focus, right? I am also not planning them out in like in advance, which is not normal for me. Typically, I like to have that, but here's the reason why. Intuitively, I want to feel into every month what is needing to happen. But just for example, 1 month, right? So this month that we're doing this, it is the quantum leap, okay? Quantum leaping into the most dreamy clients, attracting them, right? So the whole month, as I give this example, this is what we're focusing on, okay? Everything is about that, okay? You'll also have a portal of literally the most juicy trainings that we've done, okay? You can access it right on your phone in an app. We add to the portal every single week, but all the live content is going to be happening in the group, okay? The group is on Facebook because typically a lot of people are on Facebook, and I want to make it easy so you don't have to go somewhere else. You're already on Facebook. Let's hang out there. But my goal there is that's the main place that we hang out, right? That's where the force field is building. And then we put things into the portal. So that way, if you're at a soccer game or if you're working out, it can be easy just to access trainings. Okay. And again, like I said, there'll be bonus trainings that are dropping in the portal every single week, but the quantum focus has a couple different parts to it. So whatever the focus is for that month, there is a deep dive training. Okay. So this one is going to literally go in deeper into all of this. And I'm going to give you practical things to do. Okay. So the deep dive training every single month is live. The date and the time will change. And my goal with that is it can ebb and flow with the group. So maybe 1 month you can come live, and then maybe the next month it doesn't work for you. So my goal is to keep ebbing and flowing it to try to support everyone and be mindful of my calendar too. And then on top of that, there'll be a second call about halfway through the month that is a deep dive Q&A, right? So if you can't join live, you're welcome to ask your questions on a form and I will address them on the call. But if you can join live, what a great way to have a dialogue, get some feedback, what's coming up for you, right? It's a beautiful container that we can do that. Okay. So that will happen every single month. Those two things, a deep dive live training and a deep dive Q&A. It can be obviously the main part of the Q&A is whatever the quantum leap focus is, but please don't hold back, come with anything else. I'm there to support you. And then from there, I'm also so excited about this. Every single day in the group, Monday through Friday, this is a huge commitment, but I'm super excited about it. Every day, Monday through Friday, I will be going live in the group. The time will change just based, I don't want to promise something I can't commit to, but every day I will be going in the group live for a quick mini encouragement session. This is me pouring into you, a lot like what you're feeling today. Okay. Every day will change. I may talk more work. I may talk more woo. It will ebb and flow as what I feel is most needed and whatever comes through me. Maybe it's a little bit of both. They'll be quick and easy for you to literally just access and also absorb and feel just so good. Because my goal with those is it increases your frequency, right? Again, you would be choosing to watch those. So it's still you doing it, but I'm coming to you to help that happen, right? So those will happen Monday through Friday, every single month. Okay. And then also what I'm so excited about is every single month, whatever the focus is, there'll be a done for you resource, right? So the done for you resource for this month that we're focusing on as the example, will focus on dreamy clients, right? So an onboarding packet that you can literally drag and drop everything into to send to your dreamy client to start them off on the best foot possible, right? It'll be there for you and maybe even other things because I can't help myself. But done for you resources are so powerful because they take the guesswork out of it, right? You can just drag and drop or plug and play and do what you need to do so much faster, which will help you quantum leap, right? And then obviously you're going to make tons of quantum friends along the way, right? This group, again, powerful force field. If you want to promote anything, you can promote it in the group. I never want to hold women back. If you want to ask feedback, you can ask it in the group. If you want the women to hold you accountable, do it. If you want to share a win in a safe space, please right? Like I want this to be a powerful container that truly feels like a $25,000 mastermind that you're paying $111 for. Like the price, I don't want to say I care about it. It's just like hopefully there to like keep you accountable and to like know that you're committed. But like I just want you to get so much value. Like this is truly like my contribution to the world. And I want it to keep growing and growing. And like I said, you're going to have the app that is going to have 6-figure trainings in it. I have literally a gross amount of trainings that are just sitting there. And so I'm like, we need to like get these to women. Like these are powerful trainings. And so we're just going to keep adding and adding and adding and adding to the portal every single week for you. It feels really good because that way, like you don't get overwhelmed. So like you can come in there anytime that you want. Like I listen to my coach when I'm driving, and that just really helps me because I know, oh, I'm in the car, time to learn, right? Maybe for you, you want to do it and go for a walk. Like doing something practical like that can really, really help. I know a lot of times people joke and they're like, when I buy courses, I never like finish them. This is not a course. Okay. This is not a course. This isn't a membership. Like it's not a coaching program. Like you don't need to be coached. You don't need to be mentored. You need love and support. Right. And I'll teach you some things along the way. But like when you literally ignite your passion and connect with your whole self, the path appears, the strategy appears, the people appear. I know it sounds bananas, but it really is true. Like it really, really is true. So the best way that I can actually serve you is not a course, is not a membership, is not a coaching program. Like, again, those things are super valuable. I'm not bashing them, but what I am meant to do on this planet is Quantum Club. And then obviously we have our step above that, which is our mastermind. And obviously if you're in our mastermind, you get access to Quantum. But that's the next step, because I know once you literally are in here and you become the strongest force field, you're going to be like, I need to be in the mastermind. Like I need to be there. Right. And it's not even going to be like a stressor. It's just going to be like, yeah, I need to be there. I belong there. I know it's going to keep blessing my life. And so truly at the essence of what I do is this is the beginning. Like this is my life's work. This is like, I just want this to be the biggest blessing on your life and it keep growing and evolving and being so powerful for you. I have guest experts I want to bring in. We have, I have ideas of like quarterly events that you can like grab a ticket to if you want to be a part of it. Like, again, this is going to be a growing, evolving, beautiful thing as we get more and more women in. And so this is an invitation to you. The portal is open. It's $111 a month. There's a sweet buy for the whole year if you want to like grab that and save some money. But I'm just ready to love on you and show you that you can get to all of your goals, dreams, and desires with ease, flow, and fun. You don't have to give up on them. And most importantly, you don't have to do it the bro marketing way. So if your business has felt frustrating, if it's felt slow, if it's felt confusing, I guarantee you when you step fully into ease, flow, and fun, perhaps in this portal, it will start to shift, right? It'll start to shift and it'll start to make sense and it will start to feel better and better and better. And you'll start to get success. Like success isn't like a far reaching thing that you can't reach. It's going to happen along the way. And that's how we get to our goal, right? And like paying for the Quantum Club is like a commitment to yourself. So there's literally, again, we don't do bro marketing here. There is no pressure. There is no slimy like sales pitch. This is an invitation. The portal is open. It is waiting for you. I also am going to keep it open. There is no end to the portal. When you are ready, right? Every bro marketer is like cringing when I say this, but I'm smiling. When you are ready, the portal is open, because I know when it is a hell yes, right? You still may be a little nervous, right? Like there may be a little tingles, but you're like, oh, I'm in, right? And you like go to the info page and you like type in your credit card. As you're doing that, you're already quantum leaping. Every video that you watch, right? Which is not even a video, like it's a transformation, right? You are going to quantum leap. Every person you connect to in the Quantum Club, you're going to quantum leap. every done for you resource that you implement in your business, you're going to quantum leap. Like you are guaranteed to grow. And when we start on the best foot possible, you're already in alignment. So if I did bro marketing slimy tactics to get you in, sure, would I make $111 and it would be awesome and I would be excited for you? Absolutely. But are you going to hold back? Are you going to resist? Are you going to go ahead and cancel? Yep. Right. So actually being super, super patient and loving on you is the best way to do this, because when it comes from the hell yes, I'm in standpoint, there is no stopping you. You know when that moment is. I can't force it. Okay. I am here. I am patiently waiting. And I love you from afar until I can love you close in the Quantum Club. If you have any questions, my DMs are always open. Shoot me a quick message. Let me know what's holding you back. Let me know what fear is standing in your way. I'm not going to try to persuade you. I'll just be there for you to hold space for you and ask you more questions, just as if you were a client of mine. Okay. So the doors are open. You can go to thequantumclub.com to sign up and you get immediately into the group. And whatever the monthly focus is when you join, that will be the focus. Obviously, all the past months will be in there for you in the portal, but whatever the current month is what's in the live container. Okay. I love you. I cannot wait to welcome you into the Quantum Club. If you're already in, I cannot wait to just keep growing with you. It's just going to be so good. If you're in the mastermind, I can't wait to keep growing with you. This is the biggest blessing. So much, I feel like I'm having an out of body experience, but I feel so grounded, which means that I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So I cannot wait for you to experience more of that. And I'm here waiting for you and just excited. So if you're already at that hell yes, I'm so, so, so excited for you. And you can literally get right in. I'm waiting for you. So thequantumclub.com, and then we'll take it from there and quantum leap to 6 figures and literally so much more. It's beyond the 6 figures, but I really want that to be the focus because I know it's going to change your life in radical ways. And also we're going to be able to literally slowly get that 88% down and down and down and down and world domination. People are going to be like, what is happening? What is quantum? What is going on? And it's this, I don't want to say secret society, but everyone in Quantum Club knows how awesome it is. And everyone outside is kind of confused. That's I think that's going to happen. When you know. So again, I love you so much. It's been an honor and a joy to support you during this time. I hope you have exactly what you need to start quantum leaping on what we talked about today. The woo and the work fused together is the dynamic duo that completely can just quantum leap you so much faster. The dream framework, the feelings and feeling them now, and just so much more. I know that you are capable. I know that you are worthy. And it's just a matter of you looking in the mirror and being like, I got this. Don't let the outside world give you all the reasons why you shouldn't. Connect with you. Connect with your passion. It does not need to make sense to anyone else but you. When you are passionate, it moves mountains. It helps you quantum leap. You do things that you would have not done before, right? Connect with that passion. I cannot wait to have you in quantum. I love you. I've said that a million times, but I love you. You're amazing. Make it a great day.